Hi, welcome back. Frank's Fiddle, Mike, Croatia hat, Frank in the corner. First things first, to all you fiddle headers and to Jason, thank you for telling people what I was doing. Thank you to those who have visited and who have subscribed. I have subscribers, as I said before. Thank you for your kind comments and for your supportive comments, and any comments that you have, I'm learning. So if you've got any comments, please feel free to leave them. Just don't be rude or nasty, because there's no need for any of that. Just me trying to do my stuff. So thank you. Thanks to those that have been in touch. I looked back when I when I went to work the following day. I thought, let's have a look at the video and see what it sounds like in the cold light today, and it was atrocious, wasn't it? It was dreadful. And I realised a few things as I was watching it. I realised how all over the place I was with my bowing. I realised how flat or how sharp some of the notes were. There's a whole lot of things to learn, isn't there, when we're starting this thing. And it's a case of what are you looking at when you're doing your fiddling. And I've got the notes. I'm going to do Oh Susanna again. I've got the notes in front of me there, so hopefully I won't make a pig's ear of it like I did before. But that night, when we came to bed, after we played Oh Susanna, I practiced a few times at the Tennessee Waltz, and I love that song because I know the tempo of a waltz for a start. So. And when we came up to bed, I said to my wife Linda, "Do you want to hear some Tennessee Waltz?" And she said, "Okay." And she doesn't actually know the song, which I found surprising. And I was playing it from my music stand, looking at the notes on the music stand. And when I looked across, when I finished, she was actually grimacing. And I burst out laughing, and I said, "Oh my God, was it that bad?" And she went, "Oh no," she recovered really well. She went, No. But did you know your cue? Did you know your bow goes all over the place, and it came right up here on the strings? And in fact, I hadn't seen that, obviously, because I was reading the notes off of the sheet. But it is something I've noticed, something I've realised, and I keep saying to myself that these things will all come together, and I'm not sure that they will, without doing the sort of thing that Jason keeps talking about on Fiddlehead page, which is the looping and playing 1,000 times. There's a story about there's no story about Croatia, but by the way, if you've not been to Croatia, you should go. I've only been to one place, or we went to one place, to I forgot the name of the bloody place now, where Game of Thrones was filmed. Dubrovnik. Loved it, loved the place, loved the people, really good. If you stuck for a few days, go and try the Dubrovnik, and other places are nice as well. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, and yeah, I'm not sure that these things are just going to all come together by osmosis or some other chemical reaction is going to happen, because there's too many things that need attention. Clearly, I've been doing this a couple of months, and so the pressure on the bow isn't always great. As I keep saying, I run out of bow, so the use of my bow isn't really good. And I've also found, as I say, I keep coming down. So I'm really making an effort now to elongate the stroke, the bow stroke, the bow movement, and run down the strings. And as painful as it appears to be in my mind, I've realised that I've got to stick at doing some of these repetitive exercises. The problem is, it's like all things. Once you start doing it, concentrating on another thing, the stuff that you thought you'd got, because I thought I'd got that. I thought I'd got the bow, the movement of the bow. I thought I was getting that, and as soon as I start thinking of something else, that's the first thing that seems to go. So yeah, I've decided these things aren't just magically going to happen. And as I've said in an earlier video, I've got forget the completed button. I've got to really go through the process. And it's frustrating because obviously I want to have some fun and I want to enjoy playing some stuff, but I want to play some stuff. So I've got to dedicate myself to doing a little bit more of the groundwork than I have been doing. And so I've sort of decided I'm going to stick to the 3 or 4 tunes that I've got now. There's Oh Susanna, Tennessee Waltz, and then there's a couple of other ones like the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Frere Jacques, the Happy Birthday song. And instead of continuing through the process, which I really wanted to do because I thought the process was going to get me there, I've got to stick, I think, on these 5. There's another one as well, I can't remember what it is, the 5 or 6 that I've got. I'm just going to stick with them, and as much as that might drive Linda crazy, and hopefully she can't hear too much of this when she's downstairs and she puts the TV on, I'm sure she won't hear any of it, but I'm going to have to stick to doing that. So I don't know, and scales, of course. I do the scales. That's my warm-up, is the scales and the different bowing rhythms within the D major scale, and then I go up and down the scale. So that's my warm-up, is the scales. So that being said, I'm going to put my glasses on because that's the other thing when I'm reading the music. I have to put my glasses on, so that's one of the things I didn't want to put on when I was videoing for some reason. So I'm going to do Oh Susanna again with the notes in front of me and see if I can play it through and see. And I am going to have to get my thing set up on there so that I can actually stand up and do this, because this is this being sat down business is okay, except oh, there's my lights falling off. Oh, you can tell it's all Heath Robertson here. Oh, I might have to scrap this one and do a start again. So I'm trying to get it so that you can actually see. That's better. Right. So Oh Susanna again, and then I'll put this crap to bed for today and do a bit more practice. So here we go. Excuse me looking away. For some reason that D3, I can't get the D3, that's better, and that's because, I don't know if you find this, anybody who's fiddling, but putting the D3 finger, or maybe sometimes even the second finger, without going up through the scale, I get it flat, or sharp I should say. Instead of playing the G, I'm playing a G sharp, I think. So I'm going to play that back and see what my bowing was like. I'm hoping it's going to be better. Take the glasses off. And so, Frank's fiddle from Mike, from Frank, from the fiddle, from the bow. See you next time. Be kind. I'm trying hard.